Hey guys, what's up? It's Mikexingchen. I did a video on this channel talking about Bruce Lee and exploring whether or not he actually had martial arts superpowers. And in this video, I want to explore that topic a bit further because there's more to martial arts than meets the eye. It goes far beyond doing 5,000 kicks or Bruce Leroy catching bullets with his teeth. From breaking bricks to knocking someone out without touching them, what seemed like superpowers do exist in the martial arts world. By incorporating the practice of qi or energy flow into their training, combine that with the cultivation of the mind and body, some practitioners are able to unlock their inner abilities and obtain powers that are only thought to exist in movies or stories. Of course, obtaining such superpowers isn't easy, but there are people who seem to have succeeded. So here are 5 people who may have actual martial arts superpowers. The first person I'm going to talk about is probably one of the most well-known martial artists in Chinese history. His name is Zhang Sanfeng. Zhang Sanfeng was a Taoist priest who is best known for creating the Wudang clan, no, not these guys, and inventing Taiji Quan, a soft internal martial arts form that does not use muscle power as a primary source of movement, instead focusing on internal power. Zhang was a legendary Taoist priest whose life spanned the Song, Yuan, and Ming dynasties, and according to historical records, he lived between 1242 and as late as the 1400s. Zhang was said to be 7 feet tall with a crane's posture and whiskers as hard as spearheads. He was said to be a simple man and wore his Taoist robe all year round. Zhang Sanfeng was a healer, priest, and sage, and was a former Shaolin monk. After escaping all the people who tried to seek him out for his healing skills and secrets to his longevity, Zhang reached the Wudang Mountains in order to cultivate and achieve enlightenment. According to the historical documents, collected documents from Buddhism and Taoism, and a collection of jade powers, and great collection of old and current books, which all documented his supernatural abilities, Zhang Sanfeng was said to be able to manifest thousands of jade flowers from nothing, and had the ability to levitate. Legend has it that he was so fast, he could travel about 350 miles in a single day. In addition to this, Zhang was one of the greatest healers of the time, with even the emperor seeking him out for treatment. But above all, Zhang was believed to have achieved enlightenment through the practice of Taoism, helping it become a spiritual practice that is followed by emperors and commoners alike. Next, let's talk about Bodhi Dharma, also known as Damo, a 5th or 6th century Buddhist monk who created and brought Chan Buddhism to China. You may not know this, but Damo was the founder of Shaolin Kung Fu and taught the Shaolin monks self-defense techniques as well as meditation exercises. Damo was known to have martial arts powers, one of which depicts him floating across the Yangtze River on a mere stalk of reed grass. There are many historical accounts of Damo's supernatural abilities, some of which include him facing a cave wall for 9 years, and not only did he not speak the entire time, he also did not eat or drink. It was said that he sat there for so long, his shadow was actually imprinted onto the stone walls of the cave. The third person or people we're talking about on this list are the Shaolin Monks, who were originally the disciples of Damo and are now widely known and popular throughout the world, and apparently also in a galaxy far, far away, if you believe that the Jedi were inspired by the Shaolin Monks. Shaolin Kung Fu is one of the oldest martial arts forms. It has recorded documentation of more than 1,000 extant forms, making it the biggest martial arts form in the world. In order to survive the turmoil throughout the rise and fall of many dynasties in Chinese history, Shaolin monks had to learn many defensive skills. Although the monks were kicked out time and time again from the monastery, the temple and its warriors still exist today. The Shaolin monks have reached a high level of martial arts and are able to perform feats that normal people couldn't even dream of doing. Some of these abilities include piercing glass with a needle, making any part of the body as hard as steel, as a result breaking iron, bricks, sticks, and stones. They do this by pinpointing the location they want their qi or inner energy flow to gather. Shaolin Kung Fu is known as hard Kung Fu, not because it's hard to learn, which I'm sure it is, but it's a Kung Fu that hardens the practitioner's body. If you go to the Shaolin Temple today, there are many small pits, 20 centimeters or about 7.87 inches deep around the monastery. Those indentations are actually footprints left by monks when they practiced Shaolin martial arts. Although their skills seem amazing and unbelievable to normal humans, they come from tremendous hard work and repetitive training. The Shaolin monks have training techniques like punching smashing walls for 2 hours to strengthen their fists, or getting hit on the head for 2 hours to strengthen the skull, and many difficult, painful exercises. Along with physical training, the monks also meditate to find their inner peace as well as to strengthen their inner chi. This helps them stay calm when they're fighting crazy things like tigers, dragons, or the Kung Fu Panda. Next, at number 4, we have Chang, an Indonesian martial artist and Qigong master featured by Lawrence Blair in an excerpt of his documentary series Ring of Fire: An Indonesian Odyssey. Blair first met Chang in the 1980s in an old Chinatown in Indonesia. Chang was a very secretive person and didn't want his healing techniques and powers to be videotaped. He explained that he generated chi from inside his body as a result of daily meditation. When Blair's brother suffered a serious eye injury and sought the help of Chang, he described the feeling of Chang's healing as electricity rushing through his veins. Chang was also able to set things on fire using only his chi. Here he lit a piece of newspaper on fire using only his internal energy. Finally, we have someone I talked about before in one of my videos, but I wanted to feature him again because he's that awesome. Machi is the head master of a samurai school in Kawanishi, Japan. Machi was born on August 20th, 1973, and has since the age of 5 been stunning countless people with his amazing abilities. Machi has sensory superpowers that are actually insane, nothing you would see from any normal everyday people. He is able to slice a bullet traveling at 200 miles per hour fired from a BB gun from about 70 feet away. One of the witnesses of the event, Dr. Ramani Devasula from Cal State University, said, "I heard it, but I didn't see it." She also said that this is about processing at an entirely different sensory level because he's not visually processing this. I love this topic so much because I don't know about you guys, but I grew up on old Kung Fu movies and TV series, and when I was a kid, being a martial artist with superpowers was like the only thing I wanted to do when I grow up. And I personally believe without any doubt that these abilities are real and anyone can develop them, because there are countless evidence of supernatural abilities that can develop through the practice of qi and meditation. I think the key here is actually the term cultivation. For example, Shaolin monks or Wudang priests, they all practice physical forms of martial arts, but their main purpose is to cultivate themselves and reach enlightenment. And if you read about Zhang Sanfeng or Damo, and as powerful as they supposedly were, their main goal was always to achieve a calm mind and heart and reach enlightenment through cultivation. When I was little, my parents used to force me to practice Qigong, like every morning, get up, do Qigong. I didn't really understand what that was all about. And of course, I'm still far from being like a Qigong master, but it has really helped me to stay calm, stay positive, have a good outlook on life. And I feel like it's also benefited me physically. I'm fairly healthy, I never get sick, which is amazing because if you guys watch my food channel, you know I eat like a pig. Currently, I'm practicing a Qigong exercise that's really popular in China, but unfortunately, it's actually banned in China, and its practitioners are being persecuted by the Communist Party. This practice is called Falun, and it's based on the principles of truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance. And the reason that it's banned is because in China, you really can't have a belief system. For example, I talked about this a lot in my previous videos. You can go to church in China because these are state-sponsored churches, but if you decide to have like a Bible study in your own house, that's considered a house church, and that's illegal, and you're gonna be sent to prison. So when this Qigong practice came around back in '92, so many people started practicing it to the amount of 100 million people in China. Then a bunch of years later, the government got real nervous because there's so many people practicing it and it's so popular that they decided to ban it, make a lot of propaganda against it. But it's a beautiful Qigong practice, like I said, based on truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance. It has 5 sets of meditation exercises that I feel like has really benefited my life. So if you guys want to learn more about that or Qigong or cultivation in general, I'll put some links in my description box. Please take a look. All right, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. See you later.